Hey, what's up, everybody? Huge news this weekend out of Japan. At the D23 Expo, they dropped not one, but two Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers on us. And the first one is a trailer showcasing the game, has some great meaty bits in there. And the second one is kind of an odd trailer. It's mainly showcasing the song, which is the theme of the game. It's very catchy, very cool. It's a lot different than Simple and Clean, but very similar to the first half of Sanctuary. So that is really cool. The song's awesome. And with that being said, we're going to get right into it, breaking down both trailers. I will announce when we switch to the song trailer, which will be after the gameplay trailer. But that being said, let's get right into it with this Brotrio breakdown. Well, this trailer starts out like every Kingdom Hearts trailer. It says something cryptic in some weird format. And this one is very reminiscent of the Monsters Inc. font and format. Probably, foreshadowing what's in this trailer. But here at the 20-second mark, we get the just a very shocking reveal of Marluxia coming out of a portal of darkness. Now, he was the big bad in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. He wields a scythe and has a bunch of roses all over the place. And, I mean, he is just out and about, and it's really surprising to see him here. Because he, to my knowledge, was destroyed in the castle. So here we have Marluxia and Sora's exchange, and Sora says, if you think nobodies will stop us, then you ran with that old crowd. Now, is there a new crowd of nobodies? Is that what Sora is hinting towards? Because obviously this is taking place in the Tangled level of the game. So, are the nobodies back? Did they get recreated by somebody? And if so, why? We know a lot of the organization at 13 members are back, but we don't know how, and it's very puzzling. Now this is interesting, albeit they never said Sora did regain his memories from the Castle Oblivion incident, but Sora, Donald, and Goofy still do not even remember Marluxia, which I think is hilarious that he's showing up acting like this big bad guy, and they're just like, wait, who are you again? Here we get our first look at presumably the main Heartless that will show up in the Toy Story world. I love this Heartless. I giggled when he got on screen. I think it looks amazing as a toy, and I can't wait for the actual toy of this Heartless. And now, here is the big one. The big reason for this trailer is that it is revealed there is a Monsters Inc. world. Sora is reading the phrase, we scare because we care. And obviously you can see him, Donald, and Goofy all have new monster forms. And their monster forms are weird. Like Sora has this weird like emo hair fin thing on his head and is like this furry beast with a short tail. He looks very similar to the monster that gets the sock on him and gets shaved in Monsters Inc. Goofy looks just stupid. I do not like Goofy's design. It's very creepy to me, which, I mean, I guess he's a monster, so it should be. But his different colored bulging eyes, and like, they really are unsettling to me. He still has his dog nose and his regular hat and his jacket, but his hands are huge now. Well, his whole forearms are huge, actually. And he looks weird. I don't like him. But Donald, I think, looks hilarious. He has this Mike Wazowski-esque head. He's got the two horns, one eye, still has a duck bill, but he also has these, like, bat wings, which I doubt he's gonna fly around, but it's cool that he has wings. And here we get this funny exchange. There's not too much to break down here. It looks like it's the first time Sora and them meet Mike and Sully. And it's funny how Boo points at Donald, says Mike Wazowski, and then Sora is just like, oh yeah, it's Mike Wazowski. We know that from the girl. But yeah, this exchange was very funny and charming and has that Kingdom Hearts, I get charm to it. And boom, now we are into the action. The music kicks up and it just gets your blood pumping. We see all this crowd running like Sora, Donald, Goofy, Mike, and Sully. Presumably one of them is carrying Boo, I'm guessing. Unless Boo is like captured by the organization and or the enemy of this level. Either way, there's like helicopters searching and like following them. It's this big running scene, and then Sora does this cool free fall. And it just looks like this world is massive and a lot of fun to traverse. But mainly, what we see here, aside from Mike and Sully in your party, is there is the world-themed commands again. Now, I mean, we have seen this in past Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, but this game's been in development for forever. So I was just happy to see that they're keeping this from Kingdom Hearts 2. That was like a nice, like very small touch for the world. And here we get a really good look at the Monsters Inc. Keyblade. These are normally like the end level rewards for completing that world, is you get the Keyblade themed like that. But this one, he's using it in the world, so maybe you'll get it early on, and they're kind of changing up that formula. And speaking of changing up the formula, from what I can tell, my best guess is that it looks like Keyblades have their own individual limits in this game. Cause, well, granted, these trailers show a lot of action, and I have no idea what the hell is going on. But it really seems to me that it's a Keyblade limit, because Sora uses these quick claws here, and he turns orange. He has orange fur now and purple stripes, so I'm guessing it's kind of like a limit or drive type form. Although it does not use up his focus meter, whatever that may do, it doesn't use it up because it's still maxed. And we have doors confirmed in this shot. Now, I don't know if the doors are actually going to do anything, like if you can walk through them and go to, the Abominable Snowman's area where he got banished. But it looks like you're in the door exchange area and you're chasing down Heartless or something. And Sora is just like holding on to doors, riding, dodging lightning, and grinding on the rail, shooting Heartless. You have the command to dodge. And this looks like a very fast-paced area, so I'm guessing the very fast-paced action of Kingdom Hearts 2, that it had a bunch of levels like this, so it's nice to see that returning. Also here, you see there's this crosshair moving on the screen. I don't think it's automatic. It looks to be like you actually move the crosshair with the joysticks, so I don't know how that's going to work. Really, like, I guess you just prompt the command and then you can have the crosshair to shoot at them. I'm guessing it's specific to rails, if anything. But still, if you can control it, that's cool. So it's not just like an auto attack. It actually requires some skill. And now we are back to the Tangled world. This time we have Rapunzel and Flynn Rider fighting alongside us. Rapunzel obviously uses her hair to fight because she has a ton of it. And she actually looks really cool. She's swinging all over the place with it. She looks a lot like better than I ever thought Rapunzel would fight, which I never even imagined it, now that I think about it. But Flynn Rider is using the frying pan, which was a big part of the movie. And he also is like riding on a barrel in one scene, so I'm guessing that's one of his like special moves that he will do at some random point, depending on how much magic he has. But yeah, Flynn and Rapunzel look like amazing party members. And another, keeping with getting the Keyblades in the world you use them in, Sora is using a Tangled-themed Keyblade. It basically is Rapunzel's tower she is kept in, with kind of a flowery like base as the handle. It looks really interesting, and it has some very unique abilities we'll get to in a second. With this Mirage Staff, whatever the heck this is, looks to be this Keyblade's limit, and it looks insane. So here, I'm guessing Sora has tapped into the limit or drive form of this Mirage Staff, whatever this is. You can see it has a bar under the name of it, and the bar is decreased, and there's a finish icon. And Sora's clothes are now blue, and he is kind of like gliding, like very slightly above the ground. It looks a lot like his wisdom drive gauge in Kingdom Hearts 2, because he's moving a lot like that. Maybe this is magic-based limit form with that Keyblade. I have no idea, but it looks really fun. And here we get a very basic mechanic that, to my knowledge, has not been in the game so far as when Sora has both his legs, is swimming. Sora is clearly human and swimming, so the only time I've ever seen Sora swim was when he was a merman. Now this is a very interesting but also confusing shot. I'm guessing this is a summon in the game. It looks like Sora is summoning, obviously it's Ariel from The Little Mermaid, but she's made out of water and seems to be like forming this torrent of water around Sora. In the past, whenever you summon a character, they normally just show up in their actual form and just, do their whole summoning shtick. But Ariel looks very elemental here, so maybe they're moving away from the Kingdom Hearts type summons and moving towards, like, Final Fantasy summons, where they just summon this elemental, like, behemoth to take out the Heartless and stuff. And if that's the case, I'm very anxious to see what the other summons look like. Maybe this is just Ariel, because she lives in the sea. But either way, this looks very interesting and, quite frankly, awesome. This shot is very actiony and cool looking, and you see all these crystals all over the place. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's apparently a shot lock, whatever that is, whether it's a limit or what have you. But he has two moves, Spectral Rays and Flow Chain. But one thing I thought was really interesting is this is the only time I saw in this trailer the Sora's focus bar is not maxed. So does this use focus? Maybe that's what the focus is used for, is these like massive like limit breaks. Because it doesn't seem to look like for what I assume is the Keyblade limits. It looks very different and has less options but seems more powerful. We get another look at the Mirage Staff here. Again, I'm guessing this is a limit, especially based on this. Sora raises this tower out of the ground and then has two other Soras made out of energy. They all like touch Keyblades and then, just have this magic explosion on top of the tower. And I'm guessing this is like the big finish to the limit. Now here we get to see the Toy Story World's Keyblade limit. It's the Hyper Hammer ability, and it's basically just Sora turns his Keyblade into this big hammer and just starts like pounding on everything. He's making shockwaves and just, it looks really, really powerful. Maybe it's a little slower and has more power. I'd assume that's how it works. That's how hammers normally work. But the command is very odd to me, because the command says drill punch. I don't know how a hammer can punch or be a drill, but Sora's turning his Keyblade into God knows what in this game, so it might just turn into like drill boxing gloves as the hammer limit for some reason. But either way, this hammer looks like a whole heck of a lot of fun. I mean, they're fighting in this ball pit, I'm assuming, and Sora is just raising hell with his hyper hammer. And then he uses the teacups. It looks really, really interesting. This is the bad teacups. They have the cup slide, and that's it. It's cup slide or cancel. But it's also worth noting, Buzz and Woody are in your party at this time, but they don't get a teacup. So I guess this is just a Sora, Donald, and Goofy one. And here is our first boss fight of the trailer. You can see in this Toy Story world, you're fighting this, I'm guessing, a UFO Heartless boss. It's this big Heartless, and you're just flying around on this rocket, which is also a either limit or boss, like command prompts. Like maybe he's shooting rockets, and you have to do the command prompt to get on the rocket. But you can see there is the finish bar under it, so I'm guessing you can do rocket strike until you run out of that, or if you want to finish early, you can finish early. But either way, it's very reminiscent of the Toy Story movie when Buzz has that rocket strapped to his back and him and Woody ride it into the moving van. But yeah, this boss battle looks insane, and Sora is running and jumping on like flying building blocks because he's a toy. But it looks very similar to one of the boss battles in Kingdom Hearts 2 when Sora is jumping on the buildings from one to the next. So if that's being implemented, this is going to be awesome. Also, this looks to be an early boss. I'm guessing Toy Story World is one of the first you go to because he only has 3 bars of health. He has his initial bar and then 2 extra bars under it. Here is the first shot I saw that has a clear view of the Toy Story World's Keyblade. It's half Space Ranger, half Cowboy. Like the main part of it is a cactus, and it's got a sheriff star on the end for the key part, and then the handle is Space Ranger type stuff. But yeah, this Keyblade is one of the cooler ones we've seen so far. I really like how the facial animations change when they're battle. Mike is exceptionally hilarious because, I mean, he's so tiny and he's so mad. It cracks me up. Another crazy aspect of this game. It looks like each Keyblade is going to have at least 2 limits because Sora has now turned his Monsters Inc. Keyblade into the twin yo-yos. And he is just like yo-yoing these buzzsaw looking things all over the place and doing absolutely outrageous combos with them. Like, I mean, at the end of it, I'm guessing it's the finale of the limit. He crushes this Heartless in between them, and they like grow teeth and are like chomping down on him. It's absolutely insane. And the command ability is Scream Strike. I'm guessing maybe that's this finale. It might be something different, I'm not sure, but Scream Strike sounds very intimidating, so it's going to be something cool. These twin yo-yos are my favorite Keyblade limit I've seen so far. They look so much fun to use, and God, it's ridiculous. Also, right here in the top left, you see Boo's Laugh Power meter. I'm guessing this is a like combat mission type objective. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, it had a lot of these where you had to keep some form of power up or gather orbs to keep that power up. It did it a lot in the Tron world, but Boo's laugh power looks to be maxed, so maybe you have to keep Boo laughing the whole time, and she probably thinks the Heartless getting killed is hilarious, which is kind of sadistic, but you know, whatever works. This scene caught me wildly off guard. We see the return of the Dream Eaters from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I'm guessing this is like a universal summon, like you get the Dream Eaters summon, because they all come out at the end of this. And it's called Wonder Balloon. I'm guessing they just like flop around and hurt stuff, and you know, I wasn't that big of a fan of the Dream Eaters, so if they are a summon, you know, that's cool, but I hope they aren't that big of a part in the game. And here we get another head-scratching, plot-related question from this trailer. Vanitas returns. He is the dark form of Ventus, whose heart is in Sora, and it's really funny to see, because these characters have never met until this point. And Sora knows his name, but he doesn't know how he knows his name. And that is just really funny to me. And this whole plot is very confusing. And, I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts. It's outlandish and absolutely insane. and confusing. So try to keep up the best you can, but if not, you're just like the rest of us and have no idea what's going on. And that was it for the gameplay trailer. So that was a lot of stuff. Moving on, we are going to the song trailer now. So this trailer starts off, it's really just showcasing the song, and there's not too much to talk about within the first half of this trailer. But it is still really cool to see. It's mainly just a bunch of reworked shots we've seen in past trailers, but they have like the new coat of paint and look way better than they ever have before. How did I live in a kingdom of thieves? Speaking of, here Sora is falling into Olympus. We saw this in the trailer last year, but he was not in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. So that begs the question, can you change outfits in the game? Or maybe they were just toying with the idea of making his like red and black outfit his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. Who knows? I really hope you can change outfits, because that would add a whole other RPG aspect to the game, and I would love it a lot, actually. But Zora's falling in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, so that's cool, because that is probably my favorite outfit of his. And here we see some more of the Mirage staff, whatever the hell that is, and it's basically Sora casting this huge spell, turning his Keyblade into this like the sunflower thing from Tangled that gave Rapunzel her, magic hair. He makes that, and it causes a lot of damage to the Heartless. And here we see Sora fighting this huge, cool-looking Heartless. This Heartless has chains on it. It looks very buff, and it's, looks like a very fun fight. But here you see, it's not really a command, because it doesn't really have a triangle next to it, but it's this green bar that says second form and has like 30 seconds left on it. So maybe you are supposed to, it says stand by too, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe you have to beat this Heartless before he turns into a second form, and then maybe he second forms and he gets like way more powerful. But yeah, that would be my best guess, is that this Heartless has a timer until he transforms again, and probably gets harder to beat. And then for the most part, the rest of this trailer is just like plot scenes we've kind of seen before in past trailers. A bunch of people showing up like Xemnas and other organization members. Get a good look up at Toy Sora close up. You see the Cactus Keyblade and his whole toy form, which is very blocky and cool looking. But for the most part, it's nothing too major. At the end of the trailer, we get this look at Riku and Mickey. They are in the realm of darkness on that beach they've gone to a lot. And Riku's Keyblade is broken. Like, the end is broken off. I'm assuming this is after a big battle, because I know they were searching for Aqua or something. But yeah, the way to the dawn has seen better days, because it's broken. But Riku doesn't look too upset about it, so maybe he has bigger plans and knows something we don't. And now we know Riku knows something we don't, because he leaves his Keyblade in the sand, because he says, in case the other me needs it. Now, we don't know what this means. I'm guessing, since Riku has spent so much time in the darkness, he probably has a nobody of his own, like Roxas to Sora. So I have no idea what it is. I'm assuming it's going to be a nobody, because they seem to be like the answer to everything is, hey, someone has a nobody. But yeah, it's really interesting. Not even Mickey knows what he's talking about, so I'm guessing it's very darkness related. But that is the last part of this trailer. That is everything I could see in it. So, those were some pretty intense trailers. I really like the song. The thing I'm most excited about is if my theory is correct and there are Keyblade limits, will they all be as cool as the twin yo-yos and like the claws, or will some of them kind of be like meh at best? But I'm really anxious to find out. Please let me know what you're most excited about in the comments, and please let me know if there was something I did not spot in these trailers. Both trailers say 2018. I hope that's correct. I hope this game doesn't get delayed, and we'll find out more at E3. But with that being said, that was the Brotrio breakdown, and just let me know what you liked in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching. Did you like the video? Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? It really helps us grow the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell to join our notification squad. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I put the links in the description just to make it easier for you to get to. And we will catch you next time for the next video from the Bro Trio.